What's going on, everybody? Biddy D here, and welcome back to Timberborn. When I ended the last episode, I had these double floodgates all the way up, and so the water was rushing down here, but in between I realized that when I was editing, so anyway, I lowered them, and now it's flowing back in, which is awesome. But in light of that, it would be a good idea to automate this. It would be a really good idea because I don't want to have that happen again where I kind of make a mistake. So I think we have the time. So what I want to do is they're placing that dynamite. I'll just have to prioritize this. But anyway, let's go into landscaping and we're going to do sluices. Now I'm just trying to think, do I want to dynamite this? So that's 4 wide. I may want to actually. So let me see if I can delete this levee for now. And I'm going to dynamite this whole strip, and let me go ahead and high prioritize all that. Now the problem is we don't have a lot of dynamite, so hopefully they're working on that, and they are. Okay, we have 3 days to get all this done, otherwise I'm gonna have to call it quits on this plan. Just have to plug up the hole. Just run them for more hours for now. Okay, we should be able to do it. Alright, last one about to go in. Okay, let's go ahead and blow this up. Alright, so we're gonna need to really quickly get down here, and we're gonna need, let's go ahead and prioritize that. We're gonna need sluices. No, I don't like that. Let me pause it. Let's get rid of that. Let's try this again. Yeah, I want it like that. Yes. And because of that, can I go on top? I can. So we're just going to do that, and I may not be able to get that done in time. They already got one in. Alright, last day. Let's hope they get all of this stuff in, and then we're going to need to put some levees back on top. Or no, not levees. Dams? Or should I do floodgates? Just so I can raise it a little higher. Well, the dam, it'll let it all out. It's probably a good idea. Alright, so let me close that, let all the water in. But I don't have enough time, so I'm just going to have to raise this up when the bad tide hits. It looks like I don't need... Yeah, I don't need any blocks on top of that really, so that'll be good. We don't want to have that at all. We want it to close above, no, we want it to be closed below contamination 5%. So if it does get anywhere to 5, even 0%, just like as soon as it gets any bit contaminated, open. Alright, I'm going to test it out as this gets going here. Oh, hold on. Just in case, I want this levee back. I don't know if it's going to be a problem. It shouldn't be now that I went down a layer. Should not be a problem. Alright, let's go ahead and raise this all the way up. And this is going to flow over here. Oh, auto. Have it on auto now. So now it's open. Okay. So it's working. Okay, the other thing is I could actually come over a little bit. So let me go ahead and do that, and I could actually have this building while the bad tide is going, so let me do that. Okay, I just realized it was a 14-day bad tide, so that's really not that bad. I think we can survive it. Now we may not want all these to be pumping though, so let me just get one on. Alright, let me go ahead and delete that as well. And then with landscaping we need some sluices here. Let's go like that. And for this, we don't want that again. We want to only close above contamination. So as soon as any bit of contamination hits, close. So I think we got that sorted. We just need, once this is built, then maybe we can delete that stuff, but we can always wait till the bad tide's over. Okay, so I think that is all fixed for automation. I may adjust the numbers, you know, here and there. Not sure exactly what's best there. What should I work on next? So I think I'm in a pretty good place. I mean, we're still gonna blow into this further. If I can click on one, there we go. So we're still going there. That's looking good. Yeah, I mean, I can go down another layer after what I'm about to do, just to fill it up completely. Last longer droughts and bad tides. Another thing is I can start getting new resources. Like I could start getting paper, I could do better on their well-being. There's a lot of different things I can do there. And the end goal is to make this earth recultivator thing. And I'm quite a ways off, and you do need the treated planks, they call them. So it might be a good idea to start getting those ready. Alright, for that, we're gonna need to stop them from cutting down some of these trees. Like this one has some pine resin on it. Okay, so we could say don't cut down a lot of different trees. Let's see, what should I do? Should I put it right here? Let's do that. And I'm gonna delete these two. And then I'm gonna put the tapper shack in there, and I think that's the right size. And I have plenty of science. That's the last of the planks, so tapper shack going in. And since this is already, these trees have already grown up, I'm thinking let's actually say don't cut these down. So stop cutting. He may finish that tree off. Dang it. Oh well. Alright, that's fine. We'll say don't cut that. Yes, cut those. That'll work. And so we'll start getting pine resin. We're going to need a place to store that, so we need to get a tank for pine resin, I believe. Let me make sure. No, that's maple syrup. So pine resin goes in a regular warehouse then. Let me just make sure. Pine resin warehouse. Yep. Okay, so we need it in the industry because that's where we're gonna have our treated plank factory thing. So we're gonna store pine resin there. Let's get that in. We're gonna have to delete that path. What do we need for that? We need a wood workshop. And that is perfect to go there. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and delete this. Put in the wood workshop. And then, don't know if they need to, but I'm just gonna keep doing that with the path, just in case for some reason I wanna get up there. Alright, so that should be good. We should be able to make treated planks once all this stuff is in. So we do have somebody gathering pine resin. There's not much there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pause that. I'll wait for those trees to grow up. And once this is built, I'm also gonna pause that because we don't have any reason to start that yet until we get pine resin. Well, we have like 2, 4, whatever. So we don't need anybody in there just yet. Are we out of metal blocks? No, but let's go ahead and smelt a little bit. And should we keep making gears? Probably. Let's turn that stuff back on. Alright, this is good. Let's see. Do I open this? Kind of afraid to. You know, just in case, I think I should get levees on top of this. Yeah, almost a half of the dynamite ready. How's our food looking? We're just really slacking on that sunflower seeds. We're like kind of keeping up with it. That's it. Alright, what else can I do? What else? Let's see. Could I and should I just go crazy with this other... Well, I don't have enough science yet, but brazier of bonding, that'd be kind of nice. I think it might be a good idea to actually build another one of these housing towers. I just probably won't put a zipline station on top, so I can go a little bit up, but not too crazy. And I could start it here. So that would actually be really good, just to have another set of 9 beavers, because I'm going to get more jobs in. So let's go ahead and do that. And for the decoration, I can probably just put stuff around here. Beaver statue nearby. What else do I have? Oh yeah, the roof. Now can I build a roof like underneath all that? I cannot. I mean, in the meantime, I could just do that and delete it when I need to go up. Alright, but that should give us some more beavers soon for the jobs that we're gonna have coming in. So let me see. Having wet fur is good. Where can I deal with that? Perfect place to relax by a river. Or I could do a shower. I mean, this would satisfy the wet fur and one of their fun needs. So where is that? I mean, that would kind of satisfy too because of the wet fur thing as well. And books. Books are good. A bulletin pole. That's a +2. And it's pretty easy, just planks and 2 metal blocks. Yeah, why haven't I done this before? It's kind of silly not to. But this would be good because this would go... Everybody would have to walk by it, basically. So let's get that bulletin pole in. Alright, so I'm kind of thinking here. I want one of those Lido things, and I'm thinking about where I can get it. And if I were able to fit them in, let's see. So they're not too big, but I would need like I would need a platform to go there, and then another one to like do that or something. Wait, one, yeah. Oh well, then I could maybe go this way, like that. Yeah, that could work. So I'm gonna need platforms like that, and that should do it. And once that's done, and they get all the paths in, let's see. All right, so they're getting the last thing in. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm being silly. I need stuff there and I need stuff there to make this actually work. And then I can put the Lido right there and another one here. Yeah, because I can have 7 at a time. Alright, that'll be good. So again, the sunflower seeds are just really slow. Is it even worth doing that when I could go for something else? Like I could do wheat and grind it into flour and make something. I forgot. Let's see, wheat. No, that's cattail wheat. Yeah, wheat into 5 bread. 1 wheat into 5 bread. Like, you're really multiplying things a lot there. So it might even be worth like getting rid of sunflowers altogether and replacing that with bread production instead. Let's get these Lidos in before we do anything else. Alright, we got one built. The babies should come over here. Yeah, the babies are digging it. So let's see, they get wet fur, obviously, because they're in the water, and they get the Lido fun thing. So they're all the way out of 25. That's huge. Alright, one extra thing they can do, so let me lower the working hours one more. Go get food, get drink, go to bed. But we are up to an average well-being of 22. That is awesome. Satisfying another thing. Alright, so let me see. Let me find another beaver. Okay, for their food, sunflower seeds are just a +1, so it seems kind of silly to do that. I would gladly trade sunflower seeds for grilled chestnuts or bread or something, but bread would multiply nicely. Grilled chestnuts, let's see how that looks. So grilled chestnuts, on a grill, that would make sense. So 1 chestnut turns into 2 grilled chestnuts, and if I do trees, a chestnut tree produces 3 chestnuts. So 1 chestnut tree produces 6 grilled chestnut every 8 days, basically. Versus, what would the wheat look like? Every 10 days, 3 wheat, but that turns into flour and turns into 5 bread. So 15 bread in 10 days versus, what was it, 6 in 8 days? Well, yeah, 15 in 10 days is way better. So, why don't I replace all the sunflowers with wheat? I feel like that's the best way to go. Let's do it. Let's just go for it. And plus, let me look at it again. The bread is the bread's a +2, but yeah, it'll be more efficient anyway. I'll have a good stockpile of it just in case for whatever reason, and for growth. Let me go ahead and plant some wheat, and we're up even happier. That's awesome. All right, when that's done, we're gonna need a mill, which actually I believe takes power. It does, not much, but it does take power. Let's get the grist mill in there. And we're gonna do a wheat flour recipe. Alright, and then after that we need a bakery. What does the bakery take? Just 1 worker and burn log to make bread. Alright, we have 5 beavers with nothing to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, let's unpause the tapper shack. Let's open the wood workshop to get treated planks. And how's my power gonna look? Oh, that is dropping fast. Now the wind's kind of slow right now. But if that takes all day to drop, and then at night it can kind of go back up, I think we're okay. We just may need more windmills again. But I've allowed for that possibility. Alright, the power went back up, so it should be dropping a lot slower now. Yeah, it's actually going back up. As long as that's happening, then we're all good. Oh, where am I going to store my planks? My new planks. Does it go in a pile? Sure does. So we're going to need another pile. And we're going to need to put in treated planks. It is taking a while. It's taking the whole bad tide basically to get all that in. To get like half. It's slow going, but it is going. One more day of this bad tide, we're doing great. Alright, so this is food. Could I do another thing for food there? Like, what if I did the bakery there? Alright, that works. Alright, so for this, we're gonna do bread. Bakery's going in, they got the frame. And it's done. Dang, they're fast. Okay, you don't have any wheat flour yet. And you don't have any wheat yet. There's no reason to have you on. And I still have 3 beavers with nothing to do. Here, you go on the power wheel. Somebody do it. And then this is yeah, perfect. We are almost done with this bad tide. I really want to see this thing in action. See if my automation is working. So let me go ahead and lower these. Shouldn't do anything. Yeah, it's totally fine. Bad tide ends. Cycle 16 begins. Let's see. Contamination is going down. As soon as it hits below 5%, it's going to stop. So it closed. And it's rising fast. And this won't open until the contamination's below 2%. That's kind of silly. We can raise that up. Because a little tiny bit of contamination is basically nothing. Alright, it's going to flow over the top and flood for a bit. Uh-oh. It'll go down. Alright, let's get these guys back in. Now you have something to do. It's really not worth getting... Oh my god, we are almost getting out of scrap metal from up here. So I guess I'll unpause that lumberjack flag just to have another one ready. So I wish all this area was always green, but it's just not because of the bad tides. Now this could be if I were to level it. That's kind of why I want to do that. Are we done with all the dynamite? Sure are. Alright, let's go ahead and blow this sucker up. Yeah, that's looking good. It's a huge reservoir. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And I will put another dynamite down. Right there. I'm gonna let them build up a stockpile of dynamite before I start putting it all down. Oh my god. That's a quick drought approaching. Alright, it looks like I could probably get rid of that stuff, but I just don't have any way to grab it. I'll just leave it open. Leave it like that. Alright, so that means we're gonna have to take out sunflower seeds, and that is gonna be bread. We don't have any bread yet, but we are gonna get bread. 21 days. Huge. That is the biggest one I have seen. It's the first one in the 20s. Hopefully I can survive it. That being said, let's turn off a couple of these. We have 3 beavers with nothing to do. Well, not for long, because as you can see right here, we have some wheat growing. So they're about to harvest that. And they're going to take it and turn it into flour. And then they're going to turn that flour into bread. Now, the other thing is I don't have flour being stored anywhere. So it might be a good idea to store that. And since flour is made here, maybe I can store it here. Flour, flour, flour. Wrong type of flour. Wheat flour. There we go. And what about the wheat? Because this can't reach it. No. So this will only hold 50 wheat. I'm gonna need wheat storage as well. Dang. It's a lot to store. Let me just make sure. So this will do wheat and then wheat flour as well. What are these? Spatterdocks? I don't have any leftover spatterdock. Should I use this for storage? I really don't want to. So this is wheat flour. I could just do wheat next to it, I guess. Or why don't I do this as wheat? And then I'll put wheat flour over here. Does that even make sense to do? I'm not sure. Well, either way we're doing it. Whether it makes sense or not. It looks like everything's working fine, and we have 25 average well-being, really 24. It just went up to 25 for a second. But everybody's getting the stuff they need. And since they're all getting bread now, that's what it is. That sunflower seed thing's gonna wear off eventually though. And that bread multiplies so fast. 64 bread, 69 bread. Alright, let's check on my tower of dynamite. Alright, last dynamite in. Got it. Okay, let's check it out. We have really done a number on this mountain and got a big pool of water. That is so cool. Look how deep that thing is. So with that done, it's looking like I'm gonna need... I really want the extract. So you have the resin and you get extract from it. So the centrifuge will turn, not resin, it'll turn bad water into extract. And that will allow me to do double dynamite and triple dynamite to go down 2 layers at a time, or 3 layers at a time instead of just 1. So let's do that. That costs a lot of stuff though, but I think it's worth doing in the long run. Alright, so that is how big? 3 by 3. Not terrible, but I need to delete the paths. Again, back in water. Let's unlock this and get that in. And let me just see, extract should probably be in here, I'm thinking. Is extract another liquid? Sure is. Okay. So where should I put that? Maybe not right next to it, but if I always have that connected, right there wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and just do that. Use the space. So this would be extract. Things are going well. Let's just hope I can last the rest of the drought. And I mean, you know, 5 days in, the water line's only gone down a little bit, so one block basically. All right, so with dynamite and extract, I can start going double and triple dynamite. So I know I'm gonna want both, so let's go ahead and just unlock them now. And I can actually go in from the top. Forgot about that. Very nice. Yeah, I can go all the way. I mean, it's gonna take a while to get over there, but I can do it. Now it might be easier to just to climb it up here. So let me just go ahead and do that. So this, I'll want you know, ladder. Yeah, this will be a lot faster. Well, they do have the zip line. I still think it'll be faster to take the dynamite wherever it's over here somewhere. The explosives and the extract just straight over up here. Alright, everything's connected. So if I do a path here and like that, I can do 3 down. Let me do it like this though, just in case. Not sure how far this is gonna reach anyway, the green. So I'll go 3, we'll do 1 there, and then we'll go another 3 there. And this one we'll do 2s. The only thing I'm afraid of is this one right here. I don't want to blow through right there and then have water flow out. Don't want to poke a hole. And then we can do singles here, I guess. Alright, let me go ahead and detonate these 3. And let me go a little bit further here then. So we're out of extract, it's going to take some time. That's cool. I'm completely out of bad water. So that's another thing that I can do going forward is I should be able to get this bad water rig in, but it's going to take some time. But anyway, it's just taking a while. It's going to take a while because I don't have any bad water for 12 more days. Kind of stuck right now. How's my power looking? Not great. That's pretty low. We're using a lot of power now. Although it's going back up, it's kind of working. Kind of keeping up. But, I mean, in the meantime, while this drought's going, I should be able to get some more windmills. So let's go ahead and just do that. Another thing I would like to get is paper, because paper, I can make books, I can make beehives, which will help with farming, and I can make, really it's the books and the beehives that are the kind of the main thing with paper, and that would just make the efficiency of my colony even greater. So maybe I'll save paper production for the next one. Let's see if we can survive this bad tide. 9.5 days. Sorry, this drought. See what the water level looks like by the end. Alright, the drought has ended. Cycle 17 begins. 21-day drought, and let's look at this water for a second. Look how much water I still had in it. Now I will say I did have to keep pumping this one, but I'd say it worked out really well. One thing I could do is I could continue going backwards now that, especially now that I've gotten triple and double dynamite, or I could go 1 deeper because I still have 1 layer here that I could do. So yeah, going 1 deeper really wouldn't be that big of a deal either. So yeah, we'll just have to decide, but should be getting some bad water again finally and start the dynamite production again. Alright, we were able to survive a 21-day drought. I think, yeah, I'm really happy with the way things are going. Made some good progress, got treated planks now. You know, power could be an issue. I mean, look at that, it's just floating there in the middle. We'll have to see. I did add a couple of windmills, but we'll see about that. We got bread instead of sunflower seeds, just a better food source, and we got some more beavers. So yeah, I mean, everything's looking up. I just need to continue, and hopefully in the next one I can build at least the next monument. Still need some more science, and man, some of those take a lot of science. Maybe an observatory wouldn't be too bad. I get science faster, but it does require working beavers and power again, so we shall have to see. Otherwise, I could just get more beavers and put them in inventor huts. But yeah, in the meantime, I think I'm gonna leave it there. All right, that should sort itself out. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, it always floods. So, yeah, in the meantime, I'm just gonna leave it there. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.